All right. This went around a long time in 2016 when people were like, "Oh, Trump's not qualified to be president, this and that." Look, those are the qualifications right there. And the Constitution, it gets changed, it gets amended, but I mean, it's an old document and some of it is still referenced all the way back to the 1700s. It's Some of it's very good, and times change though. We live in the 21st century, and you always hear about how fast things change and technology's advancing things. Well, laws and documents need to change as well. So, while I agree the Constitution is a good document, it is not a great document. It has flaws, but two of them I'm just going to talk about really quick, and I think I'm going to be over for the night. But so the three things for president: you have to be a natural born citizen of the United States at the time of adoption, so shall be eligible, and you have to be 35 years old and 14 years a resident within the United States. That's it. That's it, people. There's no fucking college requirement or intelligence test, common sense, reasoning. All right? That's fucking it. That should bother people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand how government works and I preached it in other videos. It's Congress who really has the power, and the president is more of just a figurehead. Okay? You can't be getting upset with a position that changes every 4 to 8 years, but Congress can stay in power for 30 plus years. So people need to stop bitching every 4 to 8 years. Oh, this fucking guy's gonna ruin the fucking country. This fucking guy's gonna ruin the fucking country. Oh, we're gonna get fucking nuked. If the same people are in fucking Congress, there's very little that's going to change, especially with checks and balances. But after January 6th goes, if they take Georgia, it's gonna be fucked. So, but one more thing. So this is another thing that needs to be changed. And so the Texas case, I did a video on it, but the Supreme Court ruled that Texas had no cognizable interest in how the other states ran their election. And I agree that the states should be able to run their own shit, but when it comes to something that is on the federal level or federal policy, there needs to be a unified, uniform policy and procedure. And since the election, it only happens for president once every 4 years, and the Senate and the House of Representatives is different, but they are still federal positions. So why is it such a pain in the fucking ass for them to establish a uniform and unified voting procedure? Because last time I checked, we were called the United States of America, and Eminem said this a long time ago on his third album, White America. It's the divided states of embarrassment, and that's really what it fucking comes down to. I mean, it's so divided on everything, and you would think the people in Congress would want a unified union. Aren't we a union? It's all fucking stupid rhetoric, but which I don't understand, because why would Congress want to make their job harder? Or maybe I'm wrong, and once they pass laws, they just laugh and go, nah, oh well. So that's just my take there. I just don't get it. I mean, there needs to be a fucking unified process for some of this stuff. And it's weird, though, that the Supreme Court ruled that way, because when I was reading some of this stuff, there's a thing called the Supremacy Clause. I haven't looked at it, but it makes it sound like in certain cases the Supreme Court takes over, even if it's a state thing, because it affects more than one state or a federal level thing. So, this shit wouldn't happen if they would fix this. And this is what else I keep telling people. There is nothing in the Constitution to overturn an election. There's nothing in here, people. For how much you fucking people say that the Supreme Court didn't follow the Constitution, well, motherfuckers, even if they did follow the fucking Constitution, there's nothing fucking in here dictating what to do. If a fucking election is proven to be fucking fraudulent, there's nothing. 12th Amendment. I mean, it doesn't fucking, there's nothing in here about it. So, what the fuck is that about? And, like I said, things need to change. We live in a society now to where technology is used. If it's open to hacking or whatever you fucking think happened, then yeah, there needs to be a fucking thing addressing it. And you hope it never happens, but it should be there. So, that's my take on that.